Spin to Win has returned to the new Lloyd Mr. Nissan. See our incredible selection in the Big Blue building and spin the big wheel with your purchase. And at the new Lloyd Mr. Nissan, shopping local isn't just something we say, it's something we do. That's why Spin to Win features fantastic local prizes, including Lambert travel gift cards and more. And right now, the new Lloyd Mr. Nissan is overstocked. See our incredible new lineup and pre-owned inventory ASAP. We're in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloyd Mr. Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back. You help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome to the WLS Stockade Convention Center here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. My name's Kurt Price, and it's great to have you with us. I'm with the new Lloydminster Nissan, of course, and at the new Lloydminster Nissan, right now, Spin to Win features all local prizes, including a $1,000 Lambert Travel gift card. So you'll find us in the Big Blue building. It's a temporary location. We're there till April, and we've got over 100 new and pre-owned vehicles all indoors at the new Lloydminster Nissan. And yes, when we say shop local, we mean it. That's why our Spin to Win wheel features local prizes, including that gift card from Lambert Travel. A couple of guests today from Border City Connects. We have Aaron Buckingham joining us, and he's going to talk to us about the Play It Forward hockey game that's coming up this April, and I'm going to be a part of that again. It's something I'm very proud to be a part of. I really enjoy that, and it raises a ton of money, and guys have a lot of pride in raising funds for that hockey game. And with the Olive Shoes Bridal and Grad Show this Saturday, Chris Brinklow is going to join us shortly as well. BioClean Disaster Services is a local company that's restoration and cleaning is second to none. Wind, fire, flood, that can be so disastrous for your property and your belongings, but also very hard on your family and your family life. That's why BioClean Disaster Services, their commitment is to you and your family. All products are safe for your family, but it's also about keeping you up to date on what's happening with the restoration project and getting your family dynamic back to where you were before the disaster. Committed, certified, reliable, very local, serving Lloydminster, Wainwright, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and Cold Lake. BioClean Disaster Services, 1-833-246-8326. AgriVisions continues here at the Lloydminster Exhibition today. So we've moved into the Stockade Convention Center. I want to thank the Lloydminster Exhibition for giving us this space today to broadcast from. AgriVisions runs until 4 p.m. this afternoon. Congratulations go out to David Lopez, who filled the vacant council chair created when our guest, Aaron Buckingham, stepped down. David was the winner, taking 45% of the votes on Tuesday night in an election results that seemed to take forever. And we're waiting on him. But 45% of the votes, that speaks very clearly. David Lopez is your new city councillor, and he'll get that chair warm, and then he'll have to run in another election. So a total of 636 votes, and here's a guy sitting beside me that knows a little bit about city politics, and I'm wondering, Aaron, what do you think of the turnout? 1,636 people.
You know, it's kind of funny to watch these things happen. I mean, historically, unfortunately, voter turnout hasn't been super strong in any Lloydminster election. You'll see an uptick when there's a full-on council election for mayor and the 6 council seats, but it'll also fluctuate whether there's a challenge at the mayor's position too. If there's actually a challenge at the mayor's position versus the mayor going acclaimed in the 6 council seats up, you'll typically see a higher voter turnout. But when I say higher, historically, it's still been very low in the city, and that's an interesting thing. You know, my mother, I give her credit. She has no internal filter when she speaks, and I love that about her most of the time. But she'll be the first one to tell you, you know, if you don't vote, you can't complain, right? So, you know, it's unfortunate that lots of people don't get. I mean, 20,000 plus people can vote in this election, and it was under 1,700 that took the time to do that. And I'm on the edge of that older generation, where my grandparents told us all the time about we fought for the freedoms for people to have the ability to do that kind of thing. And you know, for me personally, I wish more people took advantage of that.
And I actually thought it was a good turnout. I actually thought there could have been less.
For a by-election.
For a by-election,
yeah. It's not awful, but it's certainly, there's always room for growth there.
Yeah. Well, when you were elected, you were like second, and you got like 1,900 votes, right?
Yes, that was right. But again, the turnout before that, the last election, was higher again because there was a contested mayor's race, right? So last time in 2020, it was up, but it wasn't as big as it was in 2016 because the mayor was acclaimed in the last election. Right. So
we'll wait and see in November here whether we get a better turnout. The 20th anniversary of the Cutter Rally for Cancer is February 24th here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. The supper will be right here in the Convention Centre. Registration starting at 11 a.m. They did an early bird draw for $500 yesterday. The winner was Nikki Crockett from Provost. And at the same press conference yesterday, there was also a special presentation for Ron McDonald.
In respect of our 20th anniversary and all the wonderful support that we've received from this fine young gentleman, we are from now on dedicating the trail for the Cutter Rally for Cancer to Ron C. McDonald. His attention to detail and his attention to making sure that the trail is safe, all the work is being done, and just a pleasure to work with. Ron, we are so pleased and we're so happy you're helping us, and we look forward to you continuing to help us. But if you would just turn around, we're going to unveil what we're going to hang on the fence that dedicates the trail to your name for years to come.
Ron.
Come this way, sir.
Ron.
So we'll just unveil this. Doreen, you want to come on up?
Yes.
There you go.
You can still register for the Cutter Rally for Cancer and get ahead of the game for February 24th. You can do that right here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. Now, speaking of February 24th, the Marwayne Agricultural Society, along with Beauty from Bees, is hosting their second annual Ladies' Night on February 24th. The evening features a guest speaker. Jess Tatu will be taking the stage. And Marwayne Ag President Yolanda Oberhofer told us that it's going to be another fun night with lots planned.
With your ticket, you get a free drink. We got a full bar at the event, and then you get full charcuterie too. It's not just a little plate of charcuterie. There's a full smorg of it, and we do a phenomenal job of that. As well, there's a silent auction there. We've got a lot of companies that have donated to that, and there's also a raffle at the event as well. So there's a trip for 2 to Vegas. There's some Three Trees gift cards and lots of other stuff that person can snag. So.
And that comes with your ticket?
No, that's a separate ticket at the event. Yeah, but only available to those at the event. So good odds.
That one. We're down to just a few days remaining in the Sprinkle Kindness and Spread Sweetness Donut campaign at Sobeys here in Lloydminster. The goal this year to reach is $10,000 for 6 different charities here in Lloydminster, all picked by the students at Mother Teresa Early Childhood Education Centre, who also designed these donuts. So you've got 3 days left, including today, to get down to Sobeys and pick up a package of their donuts. Or for large orders, you can call the Sobeys Bakery and they'll arrange to have those ready for you to go. The goal this year, once again, $10,000, and on Sunday they were sitting at $7,000. So, Aaron, you were telling me you haven't got your donuts yet.
I'm trying to lose weight, although you can justify it for charity, right? So that's okay.
That's exactly right.
Just do it.
When it's for charity, calories don't count.
That's right.
And they're so good. I told Kevin over there, I said, why now? I'm trying to lose like you. I'm going to Mexico here right away. I'm trying to get into my bathing suit body. and you put donuts and say they're for charity. I
Those
can't resist.
Those of us that aren't going to Mexico right away, we have until like May. So we could probably eat the donuts. We're good.
Yeah, that's right. The Lloydminster Public Library has been working with the Canadian Mental Health Association to host mental health lunches on Wednesdays. Different organizations are on hand with information. But Kirsten Natole told us that they are very informal lunches.
Alberta. People would come into the library and we felt like we were pushing them away to go seek services elsewhere. Instead, we wanted to invite them in, and we were able to get some brochure racks and literature up about local agencies, and have Holy Rosary has been making our lunch with a group of over 70 students. And it's all about community and connection, and come have lunch with us and learn how to avail services, show up as you are. We've had over 12 lunches so far with local agencies, and it's informal, sit down, get the audience of people you may normally not have, and lived experiences, and just visit, make connections.
The next lunch will be with Startup Lloydminster. That's on February the 28th. Lloydminster Library also hosting unconscious bias sessions. Those run on February 27th from 1 to 4 and 5 to 8 that day. And you'll like this, Aaron. A shout out to the Lashburn High School on their fantastic efforts to raise money for Telemiracle 48. They held their school and community annual hockey game and silent auction that raised close to $11,000. So very good job for the Lashburn High School coming through with $11,000. That's and at a hockey game.
And it's significant. And it's funny you say that. I would like that. I think you were probably referencing the hockey.
Yeah, the hockey portion of it.
But what I can tell you is that my niece was a recipient of Telemiracle funding over the years with some heart issues and stuff that she's had. And so Telemiracle's always held a special place in my heart growing up in Saskatchewan and watching it all those years, but then to have our family be recipients of it. So congratulations to Lashburn and area. That's great.
Have you been around for all 48 Telemiracles?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
I
What do you say?
have.
I don't.
Yeah.
Do I look like I've been around for all 48? Yeah.
I'm just saying I have, and I just can't imagine Saskatchewan without Telemiracle.
No, it was a March 1st weekend tradition.
Yeah. By the way, it's like February 28th this year, right?
Yeah, leap year.
Yes, earlier. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to come right back, and we're going to talk about another big hockey game. Play It Forward is back for third year?
Third year.
Third year. We'll talk to Aaron about that in just a moment.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
Welcome back. We're at the Lloydminster Exhibition today, and we're in the WS Stockade Convention Center. Just before we get to Aaron, I want to tell you about Superior Water. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior for filters, for iron filters, for water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal. Give Superior Water a call, 780-875-6636, or you can just stop in and see them. They're on 57th Avenue, right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. It's the water I drink. I believe it is superior. I like the taste. I believe that I like it, and I also love that they're open on Saturdays and on Sundays. Aaron Buckingham is our guest. He is, well, as you know, the fire chief, but today he's representing Border City Connects, a long time board member of Border City Connects and president?
Never been on the board, never been a board member, but did work alongside Border City Connects because it was something that was always important to me. I had not in Lloydminster specifically, but I had a member of my family in the North Battleford area that utilized those services that, like Border City Connects has here, and watched the difference that it made in her life until she passed. And so we take for granted our mobility most of the time and our ability to jump in a vehicle and drive somewhere and pick up medications or go to that social activity or whatever the case may be. And that's why I've always been such a huge supporter of that, because I've seen the difference it can make in someone's life.
Okay, and here I was thinking you're a board member. You're basically a volunteer.
Yeah, I am now. I worked for them in an official capacity previously, but yeah, now it's a volunteer, and I'm glad to be able to keep that up in the changing role that I have now. The city is great in giving me and all city employees the opportunity to pick a volunteer organization and do some volunteer work for them. So I get to continue on with that work.
So the Play It Forward hockey game, the first year was at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Very good. Second year, though, it seemed to explode. It moved it over to the Service Sports Center, and it exploded.
Yeah, and our intention was to always continue to grow it. The first year being at the Civic Center, utilizing the services of the Lloydminster Bobcats, because when we at Border City Connects try and do something, we try and touch as many charities and help as many people as we can. It doesn't have to be all about Border City Connects. So we got our food services from the Lloydminster Bobcats and had it at the Civic Center. The availability of rinks basically dictated where we were going to have it. So moving it to the Service Sports Center was part of the availability of the ice. Secondly, though, for the players and feeding them and doing everything else, we also booked the OTS room for the day and have it for that. So it's been great, and we're looking forward to this year. And we haven't made this public until your show. The tradition continues where we come here and make that announcement every year. So here we are.
So at the Service Sports Center this year?
Yep, so this year it'll be the third annual. It'll be April 19th from 9 to 9 at the Service Sports Center. As of this morning, or yesterday morning, I guess, the website is now updated. So it shows you the time and date of the game, and it shows you all the players that are playing in that tournament, or in that game. And the deal is that each one of those players has to make $500 minimum to be able to play that day. So their names are up there. You can go online, choose the player that you want to support, and make your donation that way. It will email you back a charitable tax receipt right away, and then there's a leaderboard on there that shows who's doing what and how much money they've raised. Last year, Lee Hoyen knocked it out of the park. He was over $5,000 individually for his, and we had a number of people in the thousands of dollars. Very rarely does anybody just squeak in at the $500 mark. They have all taken that very seriously and really done some good things. Proud to say that over 2 years, this hockey game has raised just over $140,000 in 2 years, and that's players, that's sponsorship, because there's sponsorship opportunities available there as well. So it's very good. The first year we did half of a van. So one of the big vans that you see driving around Lloydminster all day, every day, taking people where they need to go. They had a grant for half the cost of replacement. Our goal was to pick up the other half, and we hit that goal. Last year, we needed to replace one of the medical vans, the ones that you don't see as often. You see they're logoed and they say Border City Connects on them and such, but they're the ones that are going to Edmonton and Saskatoon and North Battleford and all the different places for those specialty appointments. So we bought one of the new ones for them last year. People really don't know how many times those vans are on the road in the course of a year. So one of the older ones is miled out and starting to give grief. And I've said it before, the last thing I want to see is my grandfather or someone else's grandfather or anybody in my family sitting with a broke down vehicle on the side of the road in Elk Island Park on the way to their very important medical appointment in Edmonton. So this year's goal for the game again is a $70,000 mark, so we can replace that unit and keep that consistency of travel for everybody that needs it.
You know, it's interesting because I had to go to North Battleford for an eye appointment, and I was talking to Jerry Duhane, and I was saying, like, this is what I got to go to North Battleford. I got an eye appointment. He right away goes, "Oh, is that Dr. O'Keefe?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh, yeah. I drive people over there all the time with Border City Connects." Because he's a volunteer with Border City Connects, drives them over all the time. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, like 4 or 5 times a year, we'll take somebody over to North Battleford." That just struck me. Like, that just hit me, because what would I do if I wasn't mobile and able to get over there.
And that's
right?
and that's the thing, like I was talking about with my cousin early on in life, right? If it
Yep.
wasn't for these kinds of services, the quality of life that she would have experienced would have been much less than it actually turned out to be, right? So it's like anything else, until you lose the ability to do something, you may not fully appreciate what someone else is going through in that struggle. So I think the guys that have played in this game and continue to come back every year to play in this 12-hour game, the education that they've even received listening to me talk about it and trying to get them to come play and why should I play, and tell them all this stuff, like, wow, I never thought about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting up there where I've got family members that could use this service, and the support's been great, and I think everybody has a good time doing it.
Does it shock you how competitive they get about who's
Not at
going to
all.
raise more money?
Not at all.
It gets competitive now.
It absolutely does. So we have a prize for the person that wins the most or gets the most donations in. Nobody really cares about that per se, right? But there is a little pride around that.
There's some pride,
to say that you were the person that did the most fundraising. And I know Lee as the example of that, we awarded him the prize, which he donated back, of course, to the cause last year. And before the interview was done, because we had the TV station come and do an interview, and they said, so what are you going to do next year? He says, I'm already planning how I'm going to get more donations this year than I got last year, and that was a year ago. So yeah, people are excited about it, and it'll be a fun day. I'm excited because, unfortunately, you have to be 18 to play in the game for insurance reasons and everything else. So for me, passing this stuff down and getting the younger generation involved is going to be key. No matter what I do, it's always succession. How do we keep this momentum going? So a little personal pride in this year is that my son will be playing with us in this game for the first time. The argument is whether he plays with or against me. I'm saying against, because I'd like the opportunity to take care of that. He's saying with, because that would be fun too, but we'll see what happens.
Well, it'd be maybe more years to come. You
Oh,
can split
yeah,
it
for
up
sure.
or whatever.
For sure.
Do you still have room for more players, Aaron?
Players
Or are you
list, you know
full?
what? Our players list is full at the moment. What I am short right now, as of today, is one netminder. So if you're a goalie out there and you'd like to be involved in that, please let me know. We are actively searching that one. It's the only change we've made from year 1 to year 3, is that in year 1 we had one goalie for each of the 4 teams that we break into. They faced a lot of rubber in those games.
Those knees were so sore.
Oh, man. So we got 2 goalies on each team. So I have 7 out of the 8 tenders now booked for the game. So we could use one more goaltender. But having said that, sometimes life happens. If you're interested in playing and want to be part of it and being on my waiting list for that game, we did have 2 or 3 instances of that last year where life happened and somebody couldn't come. They still did their donation. They just couldn't play for whatever reason. There is the possibility we may need to do some filling as we get closer to it. But right now it is full.
Bill Caverly, one of your goaltenders again?
He is.
You need 2 goalies.
You know what? I'd love to throw Bill under the bus a little bit. It's like any of us. Some days I feel really good, and some days I play, I think, well to my standard, and other days you don't, and I think Bill is that as well.
I thought he played well to the standards.
Yeah.
You still need another goalie.
Yeah, no, I'll leave that one alone. We're as Border City Connects, we're just grateful that the players continue to want to come back, and they all say, listen, when it comes up next year, you reach out to me. I want to be a part of this again. So it is a lot of fun, and even competitive, not just the fundraising side of it, but there are those of us that are competitive even in that game, right? We're all out there for fun, and nobody's out there to take anybody's heads off. But there is certain pride for each one of those games that we want to be the winner of this, right? So we do have the big Play It Forward trophy, and everybody gets their names inscribed on it like a small version of the Stanley Cup. So that is displayed at Trophy Gallery. Big thanks to them. They donated that initial trophy. They continue to update it every year, and it's it would sit in my office or in Border City Connect's office, which isn't a highly traveled area. So we have that trophy on display at Trophy Gallery when it's not at the game. So you can see that trophy and see who all has been a part of it. But head over to bordercityconnects.com. The Play It Forward tab is there. It'll give you all the information on the day of and who's playing, and you can make your donation there. So we're super excited to be able to come here today and announce and actually start the kickoff here a couple months, almost to the day ahead of that. And of course, our play-by-play, if you can't make it down that day, it'll be live streamed. Cody Maz and his team are doing everything for the live stream. And of course, you've agreed once again to host the live stream. That's a lot of play-by-play. in the course of a day.
Yeah, well, we like to interview people too, and,
Yep.
and talk to people about how important Border City Connects is, and it's at times an eye opener on what Border City Connects does. From just, we mentioned Saskatoon and Edmonton, but there's also some students here in Lloydminster that get used to a certain driver and
Every day.
going to school every day.
You know,
that
and,
kind of stuff. So
and you talk to Jerry Duhame, and he'll tell you about the visits he's had with the folks he's transported and the things that happen. You talk to my uncle, who was a driver in town here, who just recently retired from that. He gets emotional talking about it. And when he left for reasons that he didn't want to leave for necessarily from the organization. They moved and just life, right? He gets very emotional. The connection he's made with the kids that he transported every day and the change that he sees in them, I get emotional about it too. And I mean, whatever organization you're a part of, the best people in these organizations are the ones that do get emotional. They've got a real buy-in and they feel it. And that's how I feel about this. And coming up with this game idea three and a half years ago before the first one, to say, what does Lloydminster love? Lloydminster loves hockey, and Lloydminster loves charity. And what does Lloydminster do? Always steps up to the plate when they're required. So the marrying the hockey and the charity and everything together seemed like a really good fit, and it's proven to be the case. So we can't do it without the support of the community. If you want to see what it looks like and hear the wonderful play-by-play, you can always go any day now. You can go to YouTube and check out the Border City Connects page, and you can see what kind of goes on that day, and even see some of the interviews that you guys do during that. If you want to see the impact that Border City Connects makes in people's lives, you can see that right there.
For sponsorships, contact yourself, Aaron?
Yep, it's all on the website. Everything's there. How to contact me, what the sponsorship opportunities are. We have everything from the live stream sponsorship, which is sold, by the way, already, so that's great. We have the same returning sponsor. Capstone Denture has really stepped up every year and come on board with that. We have our sponsors. We have goal sponsors. We have all kinds of things. It's all listed there, but do reach out, and every dollar we make in that helps offset the cost of putting on the game, and the more we can offset the cost, the more money goes into making sure we can get that new van on the road.
Thanks, Aaron. Anything I'm forgetting?
No, I just really thankful for the opportunity to come and talk about it, and we look forward to seeing everybody. And again, thanks to all the players that step up. It's a grueling day. You know, you don't play for all 12 hours, but still, it's guys in my vintage that are playing in this game.
It's a commitment.
It's a long day, and it's taking a day off work, and it's going out and canvassing people for sponsorships, and it's not just come play hockey. It's a lot, right? And so we couldn't do it without them, and we're excited for the third annual.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to that Play It Forward game this April 19th.
Correct.
April 19th. We're going to take a break. This Saturday, there is the Olive Shoes Bridal and Graduation Show happening at the Gold Horse Casino. Chris Brinklow is here. We're going to get the details on that right after this.
Spin to Win has returned to the new Lloydminster Nissan. See our incredible selection in the Big Blue building and spin the big wheel with your purchase. And at the new Lloydminster Nissan, shopping local isn't just something we say, it's something we do. That's why Spin to Win features fantastic local prizes, including Lambert Travel gift cards and more. And right now, the new Lloydminster Nissan is overstocked. See our incredible new lineup and pre-owned inventory ASAP. We're in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back to WS Stockade Convention Center here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. And Chris Brinklow is going to tell us about the Bridal and Graduation Show this weekend. But first I want to tell you about Wellings of Lloydminster. Wellings of Lloydminster is located over by the new Petro-Canada and a 7-Eleven. And it is a new home, a new place for those who are 55 and older. They have individual villas that are absolutely gorgeous with high vault ceilings, heated floors, and it's a way to live taking that next step. So if you've got a big house and you're tired of taking care of all the repairs and the maintenance that comes with it, the shoveling of snow, the cutting of grass and all that kind of stuff, you go away and you come home and you find out, oh, the grass hasn't been cut in 3 weeks since we've been gone, or the snow hasn't been shoveled, it's all been hardened and everything. Well, this is where it is taken care of at Wellings of Lloydminster. And they have a clubhouse that is going up very shortly as well, but there's 1 and 2 bedroom villas that once again are absolutely gorgeous. 2 bedrooms come with a garage as well. Pets are welcome. You're living on your own. You're independent. You're cooking your own food, but there's no stairs, no shoveling, no grass, all that kind of stuff to cut and take care of shingles and all that stuff. And when you call Darlene, because I want you to call Darlene and ask about the leases, ask her about specifically your health. What happens if I sign a long-term lease and something changes with my health? Because that'll happen when you start to get up there. Darlene will explain to you how they've made that very, very simple for you. 780-872-8537. Go take a tour. They'd love to see you. Chris Brinklow is here with us. Chris Brinklow from Olive Shoes, representing Olive Shoes today.
Right. So Olive Shoes is my wife's business, but Olive Shoes Planning and Events is the name of the company, the business, and we've decided to get on the horse with some bridal shows, and also we include the grads this time as well.
Yeah, so how come your wife's not here? Like, I'd much rather talk to your wife.
I'd much rather. She's very introverted, so this is why she has a mouthpiece like me out here.
Yeah.
But she's also got a real job, and so she's working that, and I'm just the schlub that goes around knocking on doors. But it was something that we felt was needed here in Lloydminster. They used to have bridal shows here, actually, at the X, pre-COVID, and that was ran by the tent guys.
Yep, did a great job.
But after COVID, we spoke to them, and they just kind of threw their hands up and were like, we're just, don't bother getting in back. They didn't want to get back into it, and so Nicole and I just decided to run with it, and we felt that there was a need, and also incorporating the grads in it as well, because there is a lot of vendors and a lot of businesses that cross over with graduates, like photographers, DJs, you got the flowers, you got dresses, so a bridesmaid dress isn't just for a bridesmaid, it could be also for a grad. So there's a lot of things that cross over, and we felt that combining the show with those two factors is a great idea.
Let's talk about your vendors. Tell us who's going to be there.
Oh, geez. Well, so we're sold out. We have 29 tables, and we have everything from flowers, we have horse and carriage, we have limousine, we have bakers, we have DJs, photographers, caterers, venues. I'm probably forgetting something, but there's a lot of, if you're putting on a wedding, if you're planning a wedding, like somebody I know, it's a good idea to just stop in, and it's all in one shop. You're going to get everything that you need basically by going around and talking. There's bartenders even. We have a brewery from Wainwright. We have winemakers here in town, so even your alcohol is going to be covered.
Okay, and so it's this Saturday?
This Saturday, doors open at 11 o'clock at the Gold Horse Casino.
And it runs till?
5.
Okay, and what's the cost to get in, Chris?
It is $10 at the door, but if you bring your group, so if the bride or the grad brings, mom, dad, and best friend or whatever, if there's a group of 4 or more, the bride or the grad get in for free.
Okay. Tell us about your grand prize, because when you come in, you get to enter. Right.
Yeah, there's a couple of grand prizes for both the bride and the grad. And the grad could be boy or girl, it doesn't really matter. We also have a package for the groom to be as well. And we have a list of people that have donated. Lambert Travel, they've donated a $150 gift card. There's Nouveau, they have a $1,400 package for your health and beauty. We have Sage and Soul Salon, they're donating. Travelodge is throwing in a room and also a gift card for the Long Branch. We have our friends over at the Rolling Green. They've thrown in 9 holes and cart rentals for a day up to 8 people, and also a $100 food gift certificate for out there.
So it might be a good bachelor thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a great bachelor party for sure. And then for the grads, our friends over at Beauty and Beast Tattoo, they have thrown in a $100 gift card for if a grad wants to get a memorable tattoo. We have Lashes Lounge Lloydminster. They're doing beauty stuff. My wife writes it down in short notes, so I don't really know exactly what it is. She would be able to tell you to pinpoint, but I'm just reading her little notes that she's thrown on my phone. Even Mr. Bill's, they threw in a $100 gift card for a couple and $50 gift card for the grad. So there's something for everybody to be won. And then also I know individual booths are also doing their own little prizes. Like my DJ company, Maxwell Music, I'm just giving away some Monster earbuds. Just something little, just for coming by and saying hi. But it is a great opportunity because a lot of times you're Googling, you're Facebooking, you're searching online, and you're kind of looking at some photos. You're maybe waiting for them to reply, a day or two later. This gives you an opportunity to go shake a hand, talk to them, share your vision, whether it's an outside rustic kind of idea that you have, or you want to have kind of a trendy theme, whatever you want. This gives you a perfect opportunity to meet with the vendor, the photographer, the DJ, or whoever is going to be at your show, and really share your florist, exactly. Share your vision and what you want for your day.
You mentioned a few. Are those your sponsors too?
So these, those are the sponsors for our grand prize. And also, like I said, at the show, some of the booths will have their own prize packages too. So that's just for the grand prize at the door, just for showing up and putting your name in the draw.
Am I forgetting anything, Chris?
I probably am.
You'll hear about it.
I'll hear about it. She'll watch it. You forgot to say this. What
do you mean, beauty?
Yeah, that's not how it's pronounced.
I thought the women would understand it if I said beauty.
If I used man language to describe a woman, no. But it's just really going to be a fantastic day, and we're so happy. We have vendors from not just here in Lloyd. We have dresses coming in from Cold Lake. We have caterers from Vermilion and bartenders from here in Lloyd, but we also have brewery from Wainwright. It's because weddings don't just happen here. There's about 100-kilometer radius. You have it on your farm. You have it down in Provo. You have it everywhere. So it's really an opportunity. Even if you're halfway through planning your wedding, put those finishing touches. Come on down. It's going to be all in one stop shop kind of thing for your wedding and graduation.
Looking to make it an annual thing?
Yeah, actually so I picked this date not knowing. I thought, it'd be fun to have it right after Valentine's Day. Didn't realize that's the Saturday of a long weekend. Whoops. So my wife was like, you're not picking the dates anymore. So we have the next one booked actually for October 20th, which is a Sunday, which leaves a lot of vendors open, because a lot of them aren't working on Sundays, especially if they're DJs or wedding related. So October 20th is the next one, and then we're going to stick to the fall theme after that.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Kurt.
And we'll have to have you on because you got a card show coming up too.
Oh, we have a card show coming up as well, March 23rd.
Yeah. I'll have you on to talk about that too.
It's going to be fun.
Yep. We want to thank you for tuning in. Our next show is Tuesday night, and it comes from the Canadian Brewhouse. And one of our guests is going to be Lloydminster Minor Football, because they have registration happening on February 20th as well. So they're going to talk to us. We're going to talk to a few of the players as well, find out what it is they love about football, and fill you in on what's been happening with minor football here in Lloydminster. That's just one of the guests for Tuesday night at the Canadian Brewhouse.